Hey everyone, Tony Chips here from Chiappetta Shoes. This is Workshop Live. Today we are doing a 2-week checkup on an F24, post-tibia tendon dysfunction, really flat foot. Had some fusions, both left and right, ankle and arch a couple of years ago, and overall dealing with not too poor of mechanics, knees and hips, body feels good. Main issue when this customer came in was a Morton's neuroma on the left foot. Now, the right foot is a traditional F24, in and out. A lot of splaying, a lot of motion, even with the fusion. It's a very fixed flat foot situation. Left side, we have a severe amount of abduction, or turning to the outside. So as the foot's moving, your foot's splaying to the outside. 2-week checkup, customer's happy about things. The Morton's neuroma is feeling good. Now, we have a standard insert, 4-layer setup, and with this situation, we have a good orthotic, but there's not too much correction or extra mobility limitation on the pronation side of things. Post-tibia tendon dysfunction, a lot of abduction, probably about a 25 to 30 degree turn to the outside on the left forefoot. So, we're gonna take you top down. Today, now this customer, he wasn't complaining about things. He was like, hey, we're feeling pretty good. And I said, you know what, with how we have this set up and looking at the arch contour, we need to try a little bit more. And I always, when we make orthotics, we always want to walk the line of holding the foot up. Proper weight distribution is the first principle of a good orthotic. So we want to hold the foot up with the least amount of intervention as possible. Not to be lazy, but not to overcorrect the situation. When we make an orthotic, again, first principle is proper weight distribution, and we always want to get the customer comfortable as possible, as quickly as possible, with the least amount of intervention. And when it comes to higher arches, a lot of times what happens is we're just looking for evening the playing field, right? We're filling up the bottom of the foot, and that usually does the job. There's some corrections in a higher arch, especially A foot types, C9, C13 foot types, that we have to do some supination correction. But with a flatter foot, there's more room for correction, and what we're trying to accomplish is reinstituting the stability of the rear foot. All right, so for today, we've got the right side is an F24. It's stable, it's relatively happy. It doesn't look the best, but you know, we're working with it. The left side has this severe abduction. The Morton's neuroma is feeling better for the last 2 weeks since we've been using our custom orthotics. But considering the severe abduction or turning to the outside of the forefoot, I want to try a medial wedge. We're using 3mm multi-cork, 55 durometer, okay? But then, so our problem, if you look at this, we have first metatarsal, second metatarsal, third, fourth, fifth. Our main issue in nerve impingement is this in this zone here. Now, traditionally, we would do a metatarsal pad. We're not going to do that today. We're looking for mechanical correction. So we're going to do a medial wedge, 3mm cushion cork, same as this material, so it'll feel very natural. We're going to wrap it up against the side. I'm also doing a 4-foot wedge. This is going to be millimeter sole flex, or I'm sorry, EVA FM. And the idea with the left side, the worse off side, is we're steering the foot heel to toe in a little bit more straighter manner. We're trying to straighten that foot out. The right side, which is the F24 but stable, we're just doing the medial wedge. Left side, 4-foot wedge, lateral, keep your heel to toe nice and even, and the medial wedge on the rear foot. So, this is one of those solutions that with our custom orthotics, our process and how we do an orthotic is we start with the most neutral starting point. There's some manipulation in how we can capture the foot on the casting process, the impression process. But generally speaking, we want to start with the most neutral starting point and then build up or down from there. And that is one of the reasons that makes us the best when it comes to custom orthotics. We don't charge for modifications. This is going to take probably somewhere in the range of 15 minutes total. And customer is going to walk out happy. Now again, this customer, F24 foot type, post-tibia tendon dysfunction, ankle fusion on both left and right. Just the left side has a severe amount of abduction. This customer wasn't complaining, so it's like, Tony, what are you doing? A lot of times, situations like this, severe pronation or supination, your body accommodates a situation and compensates mechanically for what you got going on. Sometimes we have people that we just got to try some things, and they might say, oh my God, I never knew I could feel this good. You kind of got to unlock that better alignment and new sensation. And again, typically we don't like to overcorrect, but I don't think we're doing that in this case. All right, so we have lefty, rear foot wedge, medial, lateral, forefoot wedge. Righty, just the medial rear foot wedge. We're gonna be right back. All right, we're back, folks. So we're gonna get everything applied. When we're doing this type of work, quality craftsmanship comes from understanding the process, the glue, and the materials. Our contact cement that we use takes approximately 2 minutes to cure. You never want to apply materials that have wet glue. You want to let it dry. So we're getting this heated up now. Multi-cork like this, it's really good when we're wrapping around the edge because it's heat moldable. It's an EVA and cork combination. We also have another material called JMS multi-cork, or J-cork from JMS, and J-cork's really nice. It's a 65 durometer multi-cork, so it's a little firmer than this. We use that sometimes. You always got to consider when you're doing modifications the layers of durometer. So in this situation, we have a 35, a 15, 70, 55. We're adding on to the 55, so it's going to feel nice and smooth underneath the foot. Easy transitions. If you want it to make it feel like it's, more evidence or create more pressure, you can go firmer with your modification structure. If you want it to be less impactful but still offer shape and correction, you can go softer, and there's EVAs and different materials you can do that with. So today we're kind of keeping it nice and smooth and copacetic. All right. And with this situation, F24 foot type, post-tibia tendon dysfunction, severe abduction, ankle fusions, both left and right. Righty's doing pretty good. Lefty's got severe abduction. Customer's happy, but we're going to try a little extra alignment correction in this case, where we have a decent starting point with how the custom was starting, but we're giving a little more correction. Now, in this case, this customer did mention the first day he had his orthotics, he went on a 6-mile hike, which I would not recommend, especially with a flat foot like this. And he did get a little blister on that navicular bone that's dropped down. I kind of said, duh. But after that, everything was really nice and smooth. The rest of the body, ankle, knee, hip, was in pretty good shape. In this case, because we're doing some extra correction, we're going to have that same conversation of not overdoing it for the first couple of days. And, now we're in the solution zone of additional correction. So we got to be careful not to overcorrect and create misalignments with the knees and hips. I think his body's really going to like this. And a lot of it's just giving it time and seeing how the body does. I'm going to jump on the grinder. We're going to get this finished up. Bring it on over. All right, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for tuning in. It's been Workshop Live. If you have any problems with your feet, make sure to check us out at chiapettashoes.com/appointments. That's 2 P's, 2 T's. Don't forget, ain't no better than Chiappetta. Ciao.